Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I am back today, and please forgive our lighting today. This is like my second or third video, but we were supposed to get rain, and I rely on a lot of outdoor light over here on this side, and we have a big glass door and lots of light. But today it's just not being very. It's like cloudy, and then it gets sunny, and it gets cloudy. So, anyways, I'm sorry for any shadows. So I'm making this video to show you some things that I take along with me, and I'm going to explain some other things when I travel. I don't have it in front of me, but I can just kind of tell you. So because I have such a sensitive GI tract, and any of you who've been a part of this, been on this channel, you kind of know that, I take snacks. So I bought this on clearance. It looks horrible. I'm sorry. It kind of came that way, but you know, anything to save a couple of bucks. So protein is a big deal for me because I don't eat meat, and I know a lot of vegetarian vegans don't pay attention to that, but because I have some other you know, variety of health issues, I have to make sure I get enough protein in. So like if I can find anything on sale, I will buy it. I love Vega. I love Vega products. I love their Vega breakfast bars. I feel like I'm eating a candy bar. So anyways, and but this one is gluten-free, no sugar added, instant powder drink mix. So this is not like a smoothie from what I understand. I think this is more like a flavored drink. So my husband and I, because he's also vegetarian, I'm more vegan. Not 100% there, but I'm working, so thank you for you guys who are praying for me on that. Anyways, I will pop this in my carry-on, and I will also put these in. These are hemp heart bites, and these are amazing. They're sweet and salty. They're 10 grams. I think, how many servings? There's 2.5 servings in this bag. I cannot eat them in 2.5 servings. I eat them like one little square at a time. So to me, I know it's a clean thing to eat. I know what's in it. I'm happy with what's in it. And it does give me a little bit of protein, so it kind of balances out the sweet in this. So this is a little sweet. So it's hemp hearts, shelled hemp seeds, organic evaporated cane sugar. So there's the sugar. Organic brown rice syrup. So there's some sugar. And then, or the sweet. And then the organic vanilla flavor and sea salt. So it's a sweet and salty kind of thing, and it's crunchy but soft. I don't even know how to describe it, but these are so good. I've shared these before on my channel, but I wanted to share them again and say, this will be in my bag. I also picked up for food. My husband is amazing, but he's a really frugal guy, and that he even goes to Starbucks is a big deal. As a matter of fact, one of his friends, who's now become one of my friends because of he's helping sell our parents' estate, their home. He tells me all the time, well, did you know that Steve's gone to Starbucks? And I'm like, and he's like, well, he's so cheap, I can't believe you let him go to Starbucks. And I said, well, I kind of I converted him. He became a Starbucks fan because of me, and I drink a really cheap drink. I drink, and I've got this here because he was so sweet, green iced tea. And what I do is I get it without water, and I don't have sugar in it, and no ice. And I know this is terrible. A friend of mine did this, and I thought, oh, you can do that. And so, because I used to pick up her Starbucks when I would go, you know, meet her. And anyways, and so what I do is I do no sugar, no water, no ice. And then I have a cup of water, either from home, or sometimes I'll ask him for one. This is really kind of rude, but usually I try to bring my own. And I stretch my tea out. So one big cup is like a little over $3, but I get like 3 or 4 glasses of tea out of it. And I get free refills. So, and the teas and the coffees, the plain coffees, if you have a gold card, they'll do free refills. So that's how I stretch it. So when we travel, I do drink water. I do drink water with vitamins in it, and I will do something like this. I'm so sorry, I dripped that water everywhere. And we'll stop, we'll hit start. We know all the Starbucks, the way out and the way back, because we've gone so many times for so many years. And I will take snacks. I also picked up some, and I wish I had them in front of me. And I was at Walmart yesterday, and I also found these at Trader Joe's. So you can find them at Trader Joe's and Walmart, and they were both. Trader Joe's was in like the seed and nut area, and the Walmart, it was in the fruit and vegetable area where you had salad toppings. So what I do is I buy these little individual packets of seeds, dried fruit, nuts, whatever, and then I put those on top of salads. Would I pay for individual bags all the time? Probably not. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty cheap. I use Ziploc bags like crazy. I make my own toppings and, you know, but because we're going to travel, I picked these up. So I have like, I think I have 3 or 4 varieties. And I thought I got 1 or 2 at Trader Joe's, and then I got 2 at Walmart yesterday. And what I do is because my sweet husband doesn't like to spend a lot of money, I told him the other day, I said, hey, I've got a really good plan on the trip out. And he said, okay. And I said, it's desert Southwest. So, you know, you go on long periods of time where you're not going to see towns, or you're going to see towns that don't have a lot in them. But they usually have a McDonald's. Yes, I said it. The M word, McDonald's. So if I feel like I need caffeine, which I never need caffeine, I can get an unsweet tea there for $1. So that's one thing. And if I'm driving, I may have to get one. The other thing is they also have a $1 salad. And I can bring my own dressings. I've got dressings from Trader Joe's, or just plain like strawberry vinegar. I love those kind of things. And or even just lemon and, you know, whatever you like. Or just salad. If you like the salad dressing, they have salad dressing. So I order a $1 salad. I'll bring my little package of nuts and seeds, put it on top. And each one of those, they were pretty substantial in their protein. And so I can just top my salad with those. We spent $1 plus whatever the cost of the nuts and seeds were. That when we buy here, it's cheaper than when we go out there. Food there is more expensive. So anyway, so when we travel, I'll have these. I'll have some other, you know, like I've got the Skinny Pop popcorn. Everybody loves that, so I always bring that. And then we have like fruit, tons of fruit and vegetables. And, you know, we bring hummus, and I'm trying to think what else we bring. We don't do cheese anymore, so we don't bring cheese. I think that's it. Oh, we'll bring peanut butter and jelly. So, yeah, I'm honest. We do PB&Js. I use the fruit like jam with no sugar, and I love those. Those are so yummy. So that's what I'm bringing for our snacks. So there's that. And one of the things I wanted to share, so these are Darling. I can't even remember where I got these. These are Better Home, so I bet this was Walmart. I bought these years ago, and my daughter is our youngest daughter is so cute. So right now we've got tons of cherries. Yes, cherries. They are to die for. And they're at the point where they're starting, like, if we don't hurry up and eat them, they're going to be bad, which means they kind of get sweeter as they ripen. So she will fill me this little bowl of cherries, and I'll just sit and, you know, nibble on them. Or sometimes I'll put like my medjool dates. I bring medjool dates. That's something I'll bring. And I have ones that have been like, you know, gone through fruit processor, and then you roll them in almond, and I love those. I just love those. I have to be careful because I can eat those too much. And they are calories, but they're fiber, they're healthy sugar, they're natural sugar, and then they have that little bit of protein. But she will give me this little cup, and that's what I'll put my snacks in. And so because this is plastic, it's melamine. I'm not super huge fan of plastic, but we have these, so I'm going to use these. And I think these were like, I want to think 88 cents, and these were bought years ago. They're by Better Homes. I got them at Walmart if they're Better Homes, and we have used the heck out of these. I love these. So she'll bring me my cherries in a little bit. She's so sweet about it. She's like, you want some cherries? So I'm like, yeah. So she always brings that. So I will bring this on the trip. And then we have an ice chest that we'll carry. We bring a big ice chest to put, because we always rent a place with the kitchen. And we'll put groceries in the fridge. And then I'll go by and hit Trader Joe's and pick up some extra things. Or my husband loves Natural Grocer. I don't think they have Natural Grocer out there where we're going, but if they have a Sprouts, he's a huge Sprouts fan. But I love Trader Joe's, so we go between the two when we're traveling. We don't have any of that luxury here in our small town. We have to drive to the cities, which is at least an hour or an hour and a half away. So that being said, but when we're in these bigger cities, we'll find exactly what we want. So I'll take my little bowl with me, and I'll fill it up, and it's so easy. You can wipe these out with just a wipe, and then they air dry in the car, and you're good to go. So unless you're eating some kind of yucky, then you have to stop and wash it. But and we do bring water, so if we need to wash things out on the way. I'm telling you, we've got this down to a science. We have traveled so much by car all over the U.S. that we've got this down. So Some other things I bring is, like, I'll bring one of the little kits from Planner Society and probably some card bases and envelopes. And so I always throw in a little, like this, I think this is from Dollar Tree, but it's a tiny little tape runner. I also need tons of correction tape. I don't know why, I'm just that way. I always bring correction tape, and this I think I got at Target, and this is, says it's basic, B-A-Z-I-C, basic, I don't know. I thought I bought this at Target. I always look for them at Target when I'm there. I may have picked that up somewhere else, but these are two tiny little things that will travel. I always bring Post-it notes, and I'll tell you why I always bring Post-it notes. Because if you leave and some of your family's still at the apartment or hotel, wherever you're staying, it's great to leave them a note, like gone to go get, you know, breakfast, or gone to go get, you know, an iced tea, bringing you a coffee, love you, you know, please put your dirty clothes in the dirty clothes spot when you travel with kids. So, and then even things like mommy, daddy, you know, each one of the kids, Peanut, some of the places we stay have drawers, and so you know, I'll just put these on the drawers. And my husband always uses the drawers. I don't always use the drawers, but I do use like drawers in the bathroom. So like I'll put my face stuff in it and everything, and I carry everything in little clear zippered pouches or Ziploc bags. Yes, I will admit it. And they just fit nicely in those because they're usually like shallow drawers in a bathroom. So anyways, you can always use Post-it notes. They're always good. Also, if you're going to the grocery store when you're at the, or if you're going somewhere and you want to pick up X amount, or you want to keep them, you know, like the numbers up, these are great things to use too. So, you know, when you're shopping, when you're out and about. So, I have 3 phones. Yes, and they're all in rose gold. Got a thing going on here. But this is my personal. This is my, I just switched this up. I've had this for a while. This is our office here. And then this is the estate phone. And this phone is probably going to get turned off soon. But when I travel, I take all 3 phones. And these 2 phones have hotspots. So this is how I have internet when I'm at home and when I travel. This one is really beat up, can you tell? And I just get these covers. If you're going to ask me where did I get these covers, Amazon. I get everything on Amazon, and I'm cheap. So I can admit it now, hence the reason this was all beat up. But this is my most used phone, and you know, I take pictures with these if I don't have my camera with me. I record things, I take videos, I take calls if it's a good time to take a call. If not, when we get back to the hotel at night, I'll then pull everything up. If somebody forgets their phone, I could say, here, carry this phone, don't answer the phone, let it go to voicemail, and then I'll return the calls. That's always something I've done too. And again, these are our 2 hotspot phones, so, and it does take 2. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it does. Especially if you watch like Netflix on TV or anything, you need one to power one and one to do the other. Everything else, all laptops and tablets and phones and whatever. So these go, and these pack down. These 2 will go in my little briefcase cart. This will all go in my little briefcase cart. And my computer will go in my briefcase cart with all of its cords, and this will go in my purse. So, and the briefcase cart sits with me on the floor in the car. And in it, I will put magazines. I've got a stack of, hold on, let me see if I can get to it. I've got some Pioneer Woman that I'll take, because I have a stack of magazines that I've been wanting to read, and I haven't gotten to them yet. I also have this one, Small Space, Southern Living. And I absolutely adore, hold on, oh goodness, I must have them somewhere else. I have a stack of my Magnolia magazines. So I love the show with Chip and Joanna Gaines, and we don't have cable, but when my daddy died last September, and we stayed with my mom in her home for about a month and a half. That was one show she loved. She would watch Pioneer Woman. Whoops, oh no, I dropped my thing. She would watch Pioneer Woman with me, and then she would watch Chip and Joanna Gaines on those days. And those are the only 2 things she ever wanted to watch. We tried watching a movie, and she just it was not her thing, and she had Alzheimer's, you know. So, and when I got her into the nursing facility, I got her TV and made sure that she could watch cooking show all day long, or, you know, or HGTV all day long, whatever she wanted to watch. And in time, sometimes we'd have one or two roommates that would take it over, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But when I'd walk in, I would ask them, I said, I think it's wonderful. You should watch what you want to watch. But every now and then, would you let her watch throughout the day these two channels? And they were always, she had one roommate, that her name was Mary, and she was so priceless. And she would call my mom Sleeping Beauty, because my mom would sleep a lot, and she would check on her, because they had a you know, partition in between, and the two beds and sitting areas, and she would go around and check on my mom and make sure she was okay. Or sometimes my mom would just talk, and she would check on her, and she would call her Sleeping Beauty. And so anyway, she was a fantastic roommate to my mom, and she was there for rehab, and she'd rehabbed a surgery. And so she and I, at the end, she would walk out to the front door with me as I would leave mom, and because she wanted to exercise, and I enjoyed the company because we could talk about mom. I would never talk about mom with mom in the room unless it was a nurse or doctor, and even then I was very careful what was said. And it had to be positive and happy and upbeat. And then with her roommate, we would go outside, and she would tell me things about mom, how she was doing when I wasn't there. And because I would be there 2-3 times a day, and she was just super good to my mom. So these I'm taking with me. These I've loved. I love Chip and Joanna Gaines. I have 2 books on Audible for them right now. I'm going to listen to those. I'm listening to the one together, which I kind of stopped in the middle of all this because it was honestly too hard to listen to. I just had so much going on. And I'm excited to get back to the first book they came out with, because they're really funny. If you haven't read that book or listened to it on Audible, if you listen to it on Audible, they read that one. Then I also have the book that Chip wrote, and I haven't even started that one, so I'm excited to do those. And the reason is I want to go and laugh and be silly. And I know that sounds selfish, but I do. And I think vacation is kind of for that sometimes. So these will go in my little briefcase cart, and that will go at my feet. This, I always carry needles. I always find a project I want to work on when I'm out. So if I don't take a sewing project with me, I will pick one up. It's because I'm in the car too long. And I do have a project that I have already started, that I started on another trip, and pardon me, I'm going to pull that out because it's one of the Christmas gifts. So I've got that, and this will go in my pull cart. So this is my tablet that I got my husband and I. Hold on, I'm going to log this in because I want you guys to see. I adore this tablet, and I got a dolphin cover with seagulls and palm trees, which I love because I'm from the coast of Texas. Whoops. And there we go. And it has swimming dolphins. And every time I open this up, I just look at it. I hope y'all can see that on camera. My youngest is so sweet. She loves this. And so, long story short, I just love this. It makes me happy. Do things that encourage you throughout the day. I want to encourage you to find the things that don't cost you any money. This didn't cost me. This was a free app. And just do things that make you happy. They make you happy. They make you happy. Okay? So another thing that was a pleasant surprise, I hadn't seen the back of this because this is just a cheap cover from Amazon. I love the movie Up. I remember when my husband first brought it home, he told me, he said, I think he took the kids to it, and he was like, he was so sad because the wife died, and he was like, it made me cry. And I mean, not like boo-hoo, but he had like a little tear. And anyways, he doesn't like to watch that movie. I love that movie. I think there's a sweetness and a charm about it. Anybody who's taken care of, loved elderly people in your family, the husband is a curmudgeon-y kind of guy, and I've definitely had a bit of that in my life. And so, but I just love that movie. It's so sweet. And then the last thing is, one day, I want to stay in one of these like huts over the water. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I think that would be the epitome of a joyful trip. I don't know why. I'm an ocean girl, no doubt, But I just think when you stay on top of the water, I can't imagine how joyful that would be. It makes me smile just thinking about it. And of course I love seagulls because I grew up on the coast. I love seagulls and palm trees. So I will take this. I've also packed an extra charger cord. If you don't have it, I buy all Samsung. So I have Samsung phones. I have a Samsung tablet. They used to share the same port, I think. I know they did because I had a Samsung tablet forever. So they don't now. So I went and got an extra cord that can plug into either, you plug it into a wall charger or to a car, or you can plug it into a computer and recharge it. And so I bought it. It hasn't even, I took it out of the box. It's unwrapped. That's it. I'm taking that. The other thing I also make sure I have is plenty of these little wipes to clean the front. And I do have a cover on this, but it's always smudgy, and you know what I mean. So I always keep those right in here. And I think they give them to you for you to like put the things on, the screen covers, but I just save them and I stick them like right back there. So there's that. This came free, I think, with the cover. I'm really torching this one because I'm not putting it back correctly. But anyways, I just stick it on here. I don't use these. I just stick it on. And if somebody says, oh, I used to have one of those and I lost it. So sometimes I just hand it to them, So this goes in my pull cart as well. And then last but not least, this will go in my pull cart. So this is, Tylenol, generic Tylenol. I can't take ibuprofen, so I only have Tylenol, but I will add a little packet. I'll put them in a little Ziploc bag, tiny Ziploc bag, and I'll stick it down in there of ibuprofen. Ibuprofen's really hard on my tummy, so I just can't take it. But I always carry acetaminophen, and that's always a good thing. Another thing when you travel, wear shoes that you can slip your feet in and out of, because sometimes your feet swell because you're sitting for such long periods of time. If you have a sore tailbone, like I do, I always bring a little something to sit on, like a little cushion. I've got a Creative Memories cushion. I'll probably take that this time. And then lastly, if you sleep in the car and your neck hurts because you are leaning against something, take a travel, like those U pillows, and I take one that you can blow up and then push back down and then put it back in my little pull cart. So that's what I'm taking. I take additional phone cords. I always take like 2 or 3 because I have three phones here, which I don't need to charge all of them all the time. But then somebody invariably forgets their phone charger. And we all have the same phones in our family. My oldest daughter's fiance, he has iPhones, so he'll have to bring his own. But for the rest of us, I bring Samsung, and that's what we have. And what else can I tell you? I think that's it. I do have a backup computer charger that has multiple ports that I will take. When we went to Houston last month, I forgot my charger. I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. So I went and bought this one. It was not cheap. I decided to keep it because I figured my husband was going, "Are you kidding me?" It was cheaper than the one port for my computer. It's a very different kind of port, so nothing would change out with my computer. So, from our family cords. So, I did get the multiple prong, which are multiple, connector ports or whatever you want to call it. Multiple port, charger. That's the word I'm looking for. I will take that because you never know what you're going to take, and you forgot to bring a charger. You just never know what, So, and then lastly, I bring, I picked up yesterday the little Gain air sprays. They're like the travel ones. I carry that in the car because I'm going to be honest, when you're driving 14 hours in a whack, it can get a little funky. And I'm overly sensitive smell-wise. I will also bring my car essential oil, because I prefer to use essential oils, plug-in. And then I can also plug it in the hotel room. I also have my other one I'll bring for the bathroom that just travels with us. I have a big bottle of lavender I bring. And I literally, it's this one, I get it off of Amazon, and I put it in a Ziploc bag in case anything were to break or, leak or anything. And it's 100%, I love it. And again, I get this off Amazon, and I'm not looking, if it's something that is in a diffuser, I'm not as picky about. If it's something that I put on my skin, or in something that I drink, then I am very picky about it. So, but for diffusers, I just buy the stuff on Amazon. Works great, super happy. That's what I do. So, and then lastly, my husband's a candle guy. This is a fragrance scent. So there's a difference. The essential oils are more pure. They are not as hard on the immune system, or they're better for the immune system, actually. These can be hard on the immune system. But I buy these whenever they're on sale. So this was at Target. It was $12.99. I got it for $6.48. You guys are probably seeing these in a haul. So I've got two. When I was unpacking last night, I found these and I thought, oh, perfect. They're the perfect size to take. They're heavy enough that they'll stay upright in the car, because if it gets too hot, they can melt. And I want them to be upright in case they do get too hot. Let me smell. Yeah, this one's not that strong. These were on clearance, so their scent has been kind of used a little. It's the clean cotton, so I love that. And so my husband has his fill of lavender. He's not a huge lavender fan, and I've tried every essential oil, and he hasn't found one that he likes. But he's nice about it. He lets me do what I'm doing. And but I will take these two candles. I'll take a little box of matches for each one, and I will put one in the living area and one in the bathroom. So I think that's it. I think these were the things I was going to share with you that I will take on my trip. Of course, I'll take planners. Of course, and I'll only take the planners I'm going to actually use. So some of my planners don't begin until September, and we come back the day after Labor Day. So one day of use, it's okay. I can leave them at home. I will pre-plan everything before I go, because I want to do all these videos before I leave. And so they'll come up while we're gone for you guys. And yeah, that's it. You know, like I said, I'll take the Planner Society, one of the kits. You know, I pack it down into one. And sometimes I'll add a few extra goodies, like, you know, some extra stickers or stamps. Or I'm not going to take that. That's Christmas. But it just happens to be in here. Anything extra, like I will be taking my Bible and doing some Bible journaling. So I am going to take these for my journaling Bible. And I'm not going to take that because that's an iron-on. But basically, this is what I do. I just throw it in one of these boxes. They pack down great. And hold on, run out of hands, or I'd pack it down for you. Extra numbers, the whole thing. And these are perfect to carry. They're not very thick, if you can see that. So they're not very thick, and they pack down really nicely. They hold a lot of extras. So, and that I will take. So that'll be something I'll take. So in case I need to make a card for someone, we always meet someone special on these trips. We always do. And I'm always shocked at, like, sweet people who work in the hotels. They'll leave, like, the sweetest. I received one time, I carry this card all the time. One of these young girls, my husband had taken the kids to go to Topgolf, and I was working in the hotel room, and it was like, you know, like an apartment type hotel with Hyatt. And this sweet young lady came in, and we started chatting. And, you know, just encouraging her. You know how you do. You encourage people. They tell you things, and you just encourage them. And I came back, and she gave me a whole gift bag of, you know, this big gift bag filled with snacks and, you know, sweets and salties and, you know, chips, all kinds of things. And then this incredible card that she wrote me. And that, it, you know, just that she had been encouraged that day. Just very, very, I was shocked. I mean, and I had just had this conversation with a family member who was saying, oh, you know, sarcastically funny, but, oh, you know, people, you know, they're going to let you down. You know, one of those kind of conversations. Then I was like, you know, I choose to believe the best. And yes, I'm very realistic when these things happen. And I admit when these things happen. But I'm hoping for the best. And he was like, well, that's great. I'm glad you're that way. But, you know, I'm just not going to let myself get, you know, let down. And so here was this card. And I couldn't wait to come back and show him. And he was gone the next day. He had left. And I didn't get to see him. But, you know, it's this incredible thing that when we encourage one person, we never know how much that's going to affect their day. I cannot say that enough. Even when you drive through the drive-through, you know, like, I mean, my husband, we go through, like, Starbucks, and there's this one guy that made him mad one time. And so he finds every reason why he doesn't like him. And I'm like, you know, one day I went through and got hot water for my tea because I'm so cheap. And I jokingly said, well, you know,